Okay, welcome to Digital and Social Media Marketing Revision Class, Unit 3. Okay, today we'll be understanding Unit 3, Buyer and Seller Perspective. Okay, Buyer and Seller Perspective are of two types. One is Buyer View and the second is Seller View. Okay, the first, let's understand what is Buyer View. Recall that buyers define value as benefits minus cost. We have already studied, students, in the unit 2 about this. Okay, but let's understand now. We have already discussed the benefit variable, then explaining the internet creates how many benefits important of consumer and the business are alike. Okay, so now in the buyer view there is something called as real cost and buyer control. Okay, let's understand one by one with the help of examples. Real cost. What is real cost? Today's buyer must be quite sophisticated to understand even the simple dollar cost of the product sold online. The seller price may or may not include shipping, tax, and other seemingly hidden elements. Hidden in the sense that those costs are often not revealed online until the last screen of the shopping experience. Okay. Now, when we say this concept, let's understand with the help of example. Okay, shopping agents will find the lowest prices online, but search adds to the cost of the time. Okay, when we say this, students, when the buyer, let me explain you this how it works. When the buyer search for the lowest airfare at the online travel agents, okay, now say for example Expedia.com or MakeMyTrip.com, the search time is the minimum compared to the money saving, but user need to know that these sites don't represent all the airlines. Okay, when I say this, students, Expedia.com does not include Southwest Airlines. Okay, so when you are trying to buy something online, okay, you go, instead of going to the traditional market, you are getting into online and trying to buy, but at the same time the time cost is also involved in this. Okay, so that's what we call it as real cost. The same non-monetary saving may not be true for the book price search. It all depends on the time it takes to search. Okay, how much time you're spending to search this particular product. To save some money, you're spending huge amount of time on this. The saving as a percentage of an item cost and how much familiarity and experience the buyer has with the search engine. Okay, that's what we call it as real cost. Okay, hope this concept is clear now. What is real cost? Then the second is buyer control. When we say this buyer control, okay, buyer control, the shift in the power from seller to buyer affects many e-marketing strategies, including pricing. Okay, now what happens over here? The buyer is going to control the price. Okay, for instance, let's understand this with the help of example. In what is known as a reverse auction, we call it as a reverse auction. Here, buyer sets the prices for the products and seller decide whether to accept these prices or not. Okay, now how it works. Let me give you one more example. A good example is Priceline.com. In the previous class also we discussed the same. Now let's understand this. Where you name the price you want to pay for the hotels, then flights, cars, and vacations. So today we understood two things in buyer view. One is real cost and the second is buyer control. Now let's understand seller view. Okay, the seller perspective on the pricing includes both internal and external factors. Okay, now what is seller view? Let's understand first. Seller view price as the amount of the money they receive from the buyers, unless they are making a barter exchange. Okay, seller cost for producing the goods or services represent the pricing floor under which no profit is made. Okay, the above that floor, marketers have the freedom to set the price that will draw buyers from competing offers. Between the cost and the price is profit. Okay, so again I repeat, seller price, when we say seller view price as the amount of money they receive from the buyer, what is that amount the seller is receiving from the buyer? Okay, how the seller looks at this. Okay, are they making a barter system of exchange or they are making profit out of it? Okay, now the seller perspective on the pricing includes both the things, students, both factors. One is internal factors and the second is external factors. Now let's understand one by one what is this internal factors and external factors. Internal factors, okay, in that again there are a few more points in internal factors. One is pricing objectives, then marketing mix strategy, and information technology affects cost. Okay, so let's understand what is this internal factors all about with the first point, pricing objectives. Marketers begin by setting overall pricing objectives from among those that are profit oriented, market oriented, or competition oriented. The common profit oriented objective for pricing is current profit maximization. Now, say for example, let's understand this with the help of example. SurveyMonkey, a web-based survey software program, offers its basic level software at a low price to build share, and then upsells to annual maintenance fees and programs with more functionality. So that is what we call as pricing objectives. Okay. So initially, what is doing? Marketer begin by setting overall pricing objective from those that are profit oriented and market oriented and competition oriented. So that's what, with the help of example, we can understand SurveyMonkey how it does this with the help of software programming. Then the second is marketing mix strategy. Successful companies use integrated and consistent marketing mix strategies. Okay, now let's understand this with the help of example. If you subscribe for Economic Times via smartphone, okay, nowadays generation don't buy the magazines or else the newspapers, but you're subscribing for Economic Times with your smartphone for rupees 40. Okay, promotion for first 4 weeks and rupees 80 to 100 for each 4 weeks thereafter, or you get a mail delivery for the physical paper to your home at 70 rupees a week. There are also different pricing schemes for education and business market segments. Now, no proven rules or standard practice have emerged at this point. Practice vary widely by the product and industry. So, market mix strategy, we are talking about the 4 P's of marketing. The same is going to happen over here in marketing strategy, marketing mix strategy. Okay. Now, the marketer is very smart how to sell the products to the customer, how to market the products to the customer with the help of digital. Okay. So that was a quite simple example. Then the third is information technology affects cost. Now, information technology can be expensive, but once it is running smoothly, it can create tremendous cost effectiveness, putting both upward and downward pressure on the prices. Okay. Hope this point was clear, students. And information technology now, as we see, as the generation is moving on and on, newer and newer technologies. Okay, the generation wants the things to be very quick. Okay, so that's what information technology affects the cost. If you are used to this, then the cost you feel that it is reduced. If the people, few people who are very new to it, then they feel that's expensive for them. Okay, then comes external factors. Okay, then when we talk about external factors, it's all about the competition, market factors, price demand relationship, then customer behavior, all that affect pricing strategies. Okay, external factors are of two types. Okay, there are two market factors affecting pricing in the online environment. One is market structure and second is market efficiency. Okay, so when we talk about this market structure and market efficiency, let's understand one by one. Market structure: the seller freedom to set prices varies with the different types of market. Here, please understand the seller freedom to set prices varies with different types of market. Okay, economists recognize 4 types of market, each presenting a different pricing channel. One, they are talking about pure competition, then monopolistic, then oligopolistic competition, and pure monopoly. Okay, so let's understand one by one. Pure competition: this market consists of many buyers and sellers trading in a uniform commodity such as corn product. Differentiation and marketing community play a little role for sellers and the market is to do spend. Let's understand this concept with the help of example. MP3 music downloads was one of the best example I can tell for the pure competition. However, the retailers offering the products can differentiate based on the customer prices. You guys are very much aware about this MP3 music downloads, which we discussed in the previous classes as well with regard to pure competition. Then comes monopolistic competition. The word itself says monopolistic competition. Now let's understand what is this. This market consists of many buyers and sellers who trade over a range of prices rather than a single market price. A range of prices occurs between sellers can differentiate their offers to the buyers. Now let's understand this with the help of example. Online university courses are one product delivered over internet that falls in this category. Okay, that's the best example for monopolistic competition. Then comes oligopolistic competition. This market consists of few sellers, that's key point, few sellers who are highly sensitive to each other's pricing and marketing strategies. If a company drops its price by 5%, buyer will quickly switch over to the supplier online travel agents. Okay, now say for example, Trivago.com fall into this category, oligopolistic market. Okay, even what we say, Oyo.com also falls into oligopolistic competition. Okay, then comes pure monopoly. That's a quite simple one, pure monopoly. This market consists of one seller whose prices are usually regulated by the government. That's the key point, regulated by the government. If you are in the smaller town, your internet service provider could fall into this category. That's a quite simple one. Then comes market efficiency. Now, what is this market efficiency? A market is efficient when customers have equal access to information about the products, prices, and distribution. In an efficient market, one would expect to find lower prices, high price elasticity, and frequent price changes, smaller price changes. Okay. Now, that's what we call it as market efficient. Is the market efficient when the customer have, when we say market is efficient, when the customer have equal chances to access the information about the products and prices and distribution. So that's what we call it as market efficiency. Now, is the internet an efficient market? Now we are talking about efficient market. Now let's understand internet, is it an efficient market or not? Many people believe that internet is an efficient market because of access to the information through cooperative websites, shopping agents, and distribution channels. Now let's understand this with the help of example. A search for a flight to Bangkok at yatra.com or goibgo.com will display a complete array of airlines and prices. Products sold online generally exhibit lower prices, high price elasticity, frequent price changes, and smaller price changes, all symptoms of efficient market. So this example you can now relate it to market efficiency. Okay, do these factors actually make an internet an efficient market? Okay, let's understand this. Is an internet an efficient market or not? Even though a website exhibits many characteristics of an efficient market, it does not act like an efficient market with respect to narrow price dispersion. Prices tend to equalize in the commodities market because seller cannot easily differentiate one heap of piece from other. With perfect information for all, one would expect narrow price dispersion online. Now let's understand this with the help of example. Is it insufficient market or inefficient market or not? Because buyers can search many web sellers for this book. Okay, for this book, we might expect the prices to sink to the same level. Interestingly, this expectation does not hold on the internet. Due to strength of the firm's brand, the way goods are priced online and delivered options, time-sensitive shopper differentiation, switching cost, and second-generation shopping agents. Now, what we are trying to know over here is market efficiency. Is it efficient with the help of internet? Now, say for example, students, if you are buying some books on Amazon.com and when you are comparing the price on Flipkart.com, they're not efficient because the prices are varying from both the sellers. Okay, so some people feel that is it an efficient market or not, and few people say that it's an inefficient market. So that's what we call it as market efficiency with regard to is it efficient market, and if it's, let's understand pricing strategies. Okay. Pricing strategy is of two. There are two types of pricing strategies. Pricing strategy has been divided into two parts. One is fixed pricing and dynamic pricing. So fixed pricing, the word itself says fixed pricing. You are very much aware of this. It is also called as menu pricing. Students, please understand. Occurs when sellers set the price and the buyer must take it or leave it. That's what we call it as fixed pricing. With a fixed pricing, everyone pays the same price. There is nothing called as negotiation in this. The price is fixed. The buyer, if he wants, he can buy the product at the price which is fixed. Okay. Now, fixed prices. There are three common fixed pricing strategies. Okay. So let's understand one by one. There are three strategies. One is price leadership, then promotional pricing, and freemium pricing. Okay, a freemium pricing, again 3 marks question in your paper. Sometimes it will be asked in the paper for 3 marks. A separate question will be asked. Okay, so let's understand one by one. Price leadership, the first point. A price leader is the lowest priced product entry into a particular category. Often the largest producer becomes the price leader because the economies of scale. But on the internet, an entrepreneur building a mobile apps out of the basement constantly challenges the price producer. Okay, when we say this price leader is the lowest priced product entry into a particular category. Now let's understand this with the help of example. The best example would be Walmart. Students, both online and offline, Walmart is the price leader, setting the pace for the other retailers. Always Walmart comes up with a very different pricing strategy. They act as the price, it really suits for the Walmart as a price leadership. Okay, with shopping agents on the web, a price leader strategy is sweet indeed. Okay, then the second is promotional pricing. Many online retailers turn to promotional pricing to encourage a first purchase, encourage repeat business, and close a sale. Most promotions carry an expiration date, that helps create a sense of urgency. Okay, many times marketer want to push the products because of the expiry date. They come up with more and more promotion pricing promotions to the customers. Now let's understand how it happens with one more example. Amazon offered free shipping with any other order over 500 rupees. If you want to buy something from Amazon, then the minimum purchase order should be at least 500 rupees. Only then a free delivery will be given to you. So that's a promotion what Amazon does. So quite a simple one. uh, uh, if you want to receive a product, okay, then the promotion strategy built by Amazon is to receive the product, the minimum purchase should be of 500 rupees. Only then the free delivery will be given to you. So that's a promotional pricing strategy. Then comes freemium pricing. Many companies offer free versions of the product. Okay. Now take an example of Skype is one of the first to successfully use a freemium pricing model. Individuals can call each other for free worldwide for the computer to computer. Okay, so that's the best example of freemium pricing. Now students, don't be confused with the free promotional pricing what we understood in the second unit, where free product is offered for a limited time. I had given an example of antivirus for 30 days or a software for 30 days. Okay, that expires and the user must purchase the full software. So that is quite different from freemium pricing. Okay, so now again I repeat, fixed pricing strategy. Fixed pricing has got three strategies: price leadership, that promotional pricing, and freemium pricing. Now let's understand something called as very interesting part is dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing is a strategy of offering different prices to different customers. Again I repeat, different prices to different customers. How it works? Yeah, there is something called as yield management as well. It is a strategy most used often by the travel industry to optimize inventory management through frequent price changes. Okay. Now let's understand this dynamic pricing with the help of example. Okay. Now airlines have long used dynamic pricing software for yield management when pricing air travel, dropping prices when traffic is light. Dynamic web pages allow travel companies to make quick and frequent changes in the order to rent cars and seats or hotel beds. Okay, so what it happens is the prices varies from customer to customer. Okay, so that's what we call it as dynamic pricing. Now there are two types of dynamic pricing. One is segmented dynamic pricing and price negotiation and auctions. Now this would make this concept very clear. Segmented pricing, okay, the word says segment. Okay, segmented pricing, where the company sells a good or service at two or more prices based on the segment differentiation rather than cost alone. Okay, now what we are trying to say, let's understand with the help of example. If any person books a flight within 7 days of the departure, is quoted a full price, okay, no discount, whereas advance purchaser may receive a discounted price. Hope this example is making very clear about segmented pricing. Now the second is price negotiation and auctions, where the company negotiates prices with the individual customers who compromise segment of one. Negotiation is more often initiated by the buyer, where segmented pricing is usually set by the seller. The best example is eBay, where the price negotiation happens. Okay, so that's all about pricing strategy. Okay, now let's understand promotion, integrated marketing, communication. This, let's understand internet advertising. Okay, online advertising is a type of marketing message that shows up with the help of the internet. Okay, something which is advertised with the help of internet, we call it as internet advertising. That means it could appear on the web browser, then search engine, on social media, on mobile devices, and even on the email. So that's what we call it as internet advertising. Something, the advertisement which is happening on the internet, like web page or social media, or say for example on the mobile devices. That's what we call it as internet advertising. Then now let's understand digital media. Okay, digital media, students, please understand digital media is classified into three categories. Okay, one is owned media. You can, in the image you can see, one is owned media, the second is paid media, and the third is earned media. Okay, now let's understand one by one what is owned, paid, and earned media. Owned media is any web property that can control and is unique to your brand. One of the common examples is a website. Okay, although blog sites and social media channels are the other examples of owned media properties too, there are owned media you have, the more chances you have then extend to your brand presence in the digital sphere. Okay, so that's a quite easy one, owned media. Then the second is paid media. Paid media is a good way to promote content in order to drive earned media as well as different traffic to own media properties. Paying to promote content can help the ball rolling to create more exposure. Now let's understand this with the help of example. Social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn offer advertising that could potentially help boost your content as well as your website. So that's what we call it as paid media. Okay, it's a good way to promote content in order to drive earned media. Okay, then the next is earned media. Earned media are when individual conversation become the channel. Okay, message about a company that are generated by social media authors such as bloggers, then traditional journalists on the media, website and internet users who share opinions, experiences, insights and perception on the websites and mobile application. This is sometimes also called as UGM. When I say UGM, students, user generated media or user generated content, we call it as UGC as well. Okay, online earned media includes word of mouth and stories about the company or brands. In the traditional media, companies have least amount of control over the media channel. However, they respond to the customer conversation and try to guide it toward their positive brand message. So that's all about digital media. Okay. Okay, now let's understand sales promotion offers. Okay, online sales promotion tactics can build brand, build databases, and support increase online or offline sales. But like offline promotion, most do not help to build customer relationship in the long term. Okay, that's a quite simple on offline market that relationship what we build the same cannot be in the online. Online sales promotion works especially to and set customers to change their behavior in the short term. Okay. Example website, then register online, purchase in this week. Many things can be done in online. Okay. Now there are some. Let's understand some tools of sales promotion or sales promotion activities. Okay. Either way, the question might be asked in the paper. What are the tools for the sales promotion? The first is coupons. Okay. How many times you get online? The best example is online coupons. What do you get? Okay. To make them as a captive customers, the many companies come up with online coupons. Then the second is product sampling. Sometimes some sites allow users to sample digital products prior to the purchase. Many software companies provide free download or fully functional demo versions of the softwares. Okay, many times the companies come up with a demo version for the customers so that they enjoy, they get a very nice experience for 60 days or so, and later they go for purchasing the product. So that's what we call it as product sampling. Then comes discount. For exciting customer discount like Axis Bank comes up with credit card discount of 5% discount. Then Citibank comes up with discounts or the Flipkart products as Amazon products. So that's what we call it as discount. They try to push their products like credit cards. Okay. Then comes contents or sweepstakes. Okay. Many sites hold contents and sweepstakes to draw traffic and keep users returning. Okay, contest requires skill. Like example, photo upload. That's the best example. Contest like example, photo upload. Then sweepstakes. Sweepstakes involve only a pure chance drawing from the winners. Okay. Now, just in brick and mortar business world, students, the sales promotion activities create excitement about the brand and incite customer to visit a retailer. They persuade users to move from page on page website, thus increasing the length of the time on the site. Okay. In sweepstake, offer are changed regularly. In sweepstake, what happens, students? Offer keeps on changing regularly. User will return to the site to check out the latest chances to win. Okay, so that's what we call it as sweepstakes. Okay. The next part is look at the below question, students. That's I put some general questions of this unit 3, e-marketing enhanced product development. There's a common explanation, so not much required, not no much explanation required for this. Please have a glance at this of the general questions: idea generation, then concept testing, market analysis, product development and testing, then test marketing and commercialization. The second this general question I'm talking about online product benefits, better prices, convenience, variety, saves time, all time availability. Then general questions, again I put some general questions about the 5 general product decisions. So that's a very important question. Then what are the payment options? Again a general question. So have a glance at it. Then general questions, again I've jotted down of 3 marks: distribution channel, then distribution channel matrix, content marketing, then marketing public relations, then direct marketing, personal selling, then IMC matrices. So all these things are general questions. Just have a glance at this. Okay. So here we end